Hello, this is a video intended for Europeans or anyone interested in knowing what's going on with levothyroxine in France and who doesn't speak French. So I'm going to try and explain to you what's been going on since March 2017 in France. In March 2017, we were told that our usual levothyroxine had changed packaging, but it was still the same formula, so we took it as usual. And what happened was that a lot of people, including myself, started getting very severe side effects. So here I'm going to speak about myself, but bear in mind that this is the case for thousands of other people. So what happened to me is I took my medicine as usual, and after a couple of weeks I started feeling extremely tired, if not utterly exhausted. I had headaches, backache, stomachache, and very severe heart palpitations. My TSH level was good, but the side effects went on and on and on and kept getting worse. So after 6 months of taking this levothyroxine, I had to stop it. During that time, I noticed that it wasn't just a matter of packaging. What happened is the excipients were no longer the same. Before we used to have levothyroxine and lactose as an excipient. Now we had mannitol and citric acid. I'm not sure how that affects anything. All I know is that the official figures now say that 500,000 French people cannot tolerate the new formula, while a lot of people are not mentioned in those figures because, like myself, they get the old formula from abroad. I get mine from Italy. So Dr. Bouvier published an article a couple of days ago in which he mentioned that he did some tests on some of his patients suffering with the new formula based on mannitol and citric acid, and he found out that this new formula seems to affect the central nervous system. Another doctor, Dr. Guillet, found out that the new formula contains or seems to contain nanoparticles of heavy metals. So at present, the situation in France is very difficult. There are roughly about 3 million people who need to take levothyroxine. About 1 million people, according to the several official groups who deal with thyroid patients like myself. According to those groups, we are about 1 million. And since we cannot tolerate what we call the new formula based on mannitol and citric acid, we have to go abroad to get the old formula with lactose in it. It has been mentioned that the old formula may be stopped altogether throughout Europe and replaced by this new formula. So my video is also maybe a warning. I just want to make sure that if you are on levothyroxine, check that it mentions lactose on the box and not mannitol or citric acid. If it does mention mannitol and citric acid in the excipients, this is a new formula which is causing a lot of problems for a lot of people in France. In October last year, our health minister told us that we would actually get the old formula as well. They would actually bring some from abroad, and so that people could have a choice between the new or the old formula. What actually happened is that I think each pharmacy got 1 or 2 boxes of the old formula, which was simply not enough to face the demand. So as things are now, in May 2018, well, there hasn't been much progress. We're still waiting for our government and health minister to act. We have some alternatives, if we can call that alternatives. There's a new medicine called TCAPS in France, which has just been launched on the market and is not easy to get hold of. There's also another medicine called L-thyroxine Henning, but I went to the pharmacy and I asked for that, and the chemist said to me, look, I've got some for 3 months, I've only got those 3 boxes, and I can't guarantee you that I can get you any after 3 months. So there is no point trying to switch to a formula if you can only have it for about 3 months, because it may take you that time to get used to it. And after that, what do you do? Even if you get on, with that formula, if it agrees with you, what do? You can't do anything. You need to make sure that you have a formula on a regular basis, that it's readily available. So I'll show you my box. My life depends on this box. If I don't take levothyroxine, I will eventually die, and quite quickly. So I get my levothyroxine from Italy. So this is what it looks like. Thank you very much to Italy for providing me with the medicine I should be able to get in France, but I cannot get hold of. My concern is that this new formula, which I'll show you now, looks like this in France, compared to the old version. The butterfly is now white. It used to be, I think, colored, but it doesn't look any different. You just have to check the ingredients inside to know that it contains mannitol and citric acid. My worry, as I was saying, is that the new formula is going to spread throughout Europe, and that many other Europeans are going to face similar problems to what's going on in France. And we do need to do something about this so that we can keep taking the old formula if we can't cope with the new formula. The funny thing, which is not really a funny ha-ha story, is that this Euthyrox, bought from Italy, well, believe it or not, this Euthyrox is made in France, but denied to French people. It goes straight to Italy. So if you have any information in your respective countries about levothyroxine and its excipients, if it's lactose or if you have mannitol or citric acid, do let me know in a comment. We are trying to warn Europeans as much as we can. If you have any problem with a formula, for example, if you're in Switzerland, I believe the Swiss have switched to the new formula, let us know as well. Let me know in a comment. So this is basically what's happening in France. I think 19 people died. According to Dr. Bouvier, there would be a link with the new formula. This hasn't been confirmed, but it's very worrying. And I get messages from people every day on YouTube, on Facebook, through Messenger, people who cannot cope with this new formula and cannot afford to go abroad to get the old formula. And this is really, really worrying at present. I can't believe that we are in the 21st century in France having to beg to get our old formula back, or having to travel abroad to get it. And this is a matter of survival for a lot of people like myself. I no longer have a thyroid gland. If I don't take levothyroxine, I will die. So this is the situation in France. Any feedback from you will be appreciated. Bye for now.